What's up, everybody? Welcome to podcast. Now, I'm Alex. In this video, I want to discuss if this whole Johnny Depp situation, all the stuff that's been going on with him, if it'll end up delaying the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Whether it's Pirates 6, whether it's a reboot, whether it's whatever, will it delay it? Now, we've talked over the past couple of weeks. We've had two different videos talking about, the petition, all the stuff that's happened with him in his personal life that I don't, again, want to get super far into because YouTube does not like those kind of topics in general. So we want to dance around certain words, certain even people's names, I believe. But ultimately, it leads to this, okay? Because we can skip, honestly, all that stuff. That's very important. Those are all very important things that legally have to get figured out and legally have to get fixed. And where it takes us, we'll have to find out over the next couple weeks and months. But the biggest thing is this. He seems to be vindicated at least a little bit, right? We have basically this petition that's growing very, very big that's saying, the justice for Johnny. I think I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, hopefully, right? And it's growing. And the fan opinion of him, or just even people's opinions of him in general, is going up. People are respecting him a little bit more. People are saying, we jumped to conclusion. Because a lot of people, a lot of media outlets all jumped to conclusions years ago when they first, got this information. Again, it's the whole you're guilty until you're proven innocent thing, when in reality, it should be, and it actually is, the other way around. It just is sad that we've kind of moved away from that in society. But what does that all get us to? Well, it gets us to, honestly, Disney being in the, so, I mean, that's the more real life, grounded stuff. But, we talk about some fun stuff on this channel. We're big Pirates of the Caribbean fans here. We've made, I think, probably hundreds of videos on Pirates of the Caribbean at this point. And how does it affect that, right? I think it does. I honestly feel like this affects Pirates in a big, big way. Now, ultimately, it could lead to nothing changing. I mean, I guess that's the whole jumping to, again, like, it does nothing. They were already going to move on past him, like they don't owe him anything. So I mean, you could jump to that and say, well, that's the situation. And you know what? I wouldn't necessarily say you're wrong. I'd say that is definitely a thing that could happen. I definitely want to look at it from another point of view here of, so they're writing the Pirates script, right? So they got Ted Elliott, they got the guy who did Chernobyl. So they have their team, right? Jerry Bruckheimer, you'd ideally think he's back as the producer, all that kind of stuff. So they're good. They're writing the thing. And then all of a sudden, right? So in the back of their minds, I think they're probably always thinking, could a Pirates movie work without Johnny Depp? So that's always been a thing, I think, circulating in their minds. It's definitely been a thing circulating in pretty much everybody's mind, right? Like, how much does he tie into Pirates if you have a Pirates movie without him? Now, we've even gone on record saying here that I think that they've made a mistake, Pirates of the Caribbean in general, by tying it so closely to him, that one man, one character should not make an entire franchise. Okay, I think that was a mistake from the, whenever they kind of discovered that that was something that they had done, it was already too late at that point, right? So I stand by that. I think you can make, and you should look to make, Pirates of the Caribbean movies without Johnny Depp. Whether it be this next one, or 3 from now, or 5, or whatever. I think in order for a franchise to survive, you can't tie it to a guy who's now in his mid-50s. I mean, that's just literally factually what you cannot do if you want. So I get both sides. At the same time, they did a disservice to him. Pirates 5 was not a good way of him going out. I want a Pirates 6. I want everything to be resolved. I want one more chance to see him as that character done in the best way possible. Again, like a really nice goodbye for him, all that kind of stuff. I want that. I think as fans, we're saying like we're owed things, that tends to go over bad on the internet. I don't necessarily know why, but I think we're kind of owed in a way, like, hey, we help support and get Pirates to this level. And you know what? Johnny Depp's kind of owed it too, right? Because he specifically got Pirates to be what it is. Him as Jack Sparrow is a big reason, if not literally number one, why the movies are what they are. And so now, the whole point of this video is, so that whole thing is going around their minds, right? Like, can we make this work? I mean, we're writing this female-led script. Say that's what they're doing, right? They're writing the script, and it's going to be this female-led, which I've said, like, it's fine. I like Karen Gillan. I think she could do a really awesome job. All this kind of stuff. But now you have all this stuff coming out. And now people are like, hey, he never did anything, and it was literally in legal documents that you fired him from Pirates of the Caribbean, and we can probably, assume that it's because specifically of this situation. Now, again, If they wanted to fire him because he makes $75 million a movie or he does other things, that's their definite preference. They can do whatever they want, and I don't disagree. If I could basically cut out a person that makes almost $100 million just as one character out of the budget and replace him with somebody half, a third, a fourth, a fifth of that price, you got to look at the logistics of that, right? So again, like if that's the reason, that's something entirely. Now again, is that do I support that? That's a different question, right? It honestly is a different question. But now people are saying, hey, he's good, and hey, you did him a disservice in 5. Let's get a 6. So now, I want, and this is all speculation. So I don't know this. I'm not a leaker. I'm not inside there, but you have to think, right? Jerry Bruckheimer, Ted Elliott, these writers, whoever, Disney in general, the people that are, whoever's in charge of that division that says, okay, we want to put this movie together and we're going to get the right people, and here's all of the logistics. Again, here's all the money situation. Here's who we're thinking. Here's the long-term future for all of that stuff. And there is definitely a lot of stuff there. So there has to be people working on it. What are they doing? And I don't mean that in terms of they have no clue what they're doing. I mean they are probably panicking right now because it's we're at a crossroads. Do we keep going with what we were doing? And again, you can cancel all of this by just saying, they want to do a female-led movie. That's the path they want to go down. They're going to cut money, cut costs extremely, massively just by eliminating Johnny Depp, all that stuff. If they think that and that's their approach, then there's no problem. This movie will not be delayed. But to be honest with you, and in my hope, because I want a Pirate 6, okay? The title being, and all these times we've called it Pirate 6, I would prefer a Pirate 6 or even a soft reboot, but with Johnny Depp. At least one more time of seeing him as Jack Sparrow. And if all of this is if all this leads to them questioning, shoot, he didn't do anything, we fired him from that, it's been, and also the biggest thing is this, and again, we don't know how much they listen to us. We really don't. And we've, even on the channel, gone back and forth on it. We don't know how much they care about fan feedback because, they make money from the ride. They know Pirates is popular, but how much do they know the ground level? Remember all those discussions we had years ago on Pirates 5? Do they have anybody that watches those? Do they actually know what fans care about, right? Do they actually know? And sometimes I feel like it's no, and sometimes I honestly feel like it's yes. You gotta think that they're thinking, it's never been more clear that people are connecting Pirates to Jack Sparrow. And if you don't have Jack Sparrow in this next Pirates movie, if it's not, and even if they recast him, right, there's been rumors of Zac Efron. That was a month or two ago, those rumors were coming out. What? You can never, and I think we've said this in the past, never recast Jack Sparrow, ever. If you're not going to have him in the movie, don't have him in the movie, but never recast him. Now, if you're going to do a young Jack Sparrow thing, that's different, but I'm saying in the same universe, pretending he's literally the same guy around the same time period, you should never recast him as somebody else. Again, if you want to make a young Jack Sparrow series on Disney Plus or whatever, you need somebody younger. Yeah, I don't want, nor do I expect Johnny Depp de-aged to play Jack Sparrow. Okay, I absolutely do not think that would be the right call, and I don't think they would ever do that, and that's totally cool. So they want Zac Efron to do that. Hey, I think I'd want somebody other than him to do it, but that's, again, that's just the path they're going to go down. But you gotta wonder if they're thinking, shoot, can we make this work? Can we have Karen Gillan and Johnny Depp? Can we make it a Pirate 6 with a female lead? But again, you already have Karina, and what was wrong with her, right? I guess she's just not a really A-lister, celebrity to maybe carry a movie. Maybe you need somebody more than just Johnny Depp, and Karen Gillan can help you with that. So maybe that's part of the reason. So you know what I mean? So there are they can maybe make it work, but are they? The question is, and the thing that ultimately sucks the most is if they're not. Are they thinking all of this? Are they thinking, man, we've been making this thing, but we're not done with the script, and maybe we can just redo it because we did have some ideas if Johnny Depp was going to be part of it, and we just decided to not go that direction. But now, maybe behind the scenes, they're hearing hey, it's possible we could get something worked out with him. Stuff. You don't know. At the end of the day, we just do not know what's happening. But also, the situation is, how much longer is this going to take to get resolved? How much longer until Disney does an apology? Say this all happens, right? That he does come back, which is such a far reach. But, for as long as there is hope of that, I think it's worthy of talking about. How long does that take for him to get completely, exonerated? Like, he's completely fine. Disney says, hey, we're sorry for doing that, whether it be publicly or just privately with him. Hey, we're sorry for jumping the gun. We want to hire you back. We're going to offer you that. Like, do you want to do a new Pirates? He says yes. Then they have to write a new script because now they have to completely 180 their plans for Pirates, do the script, film the movie. The movie comes out. Does that delay it? I think 1,000% that delays it. The question is, is that going to happen? And ultimately, that does have to do with money too, right? If you can get this movie out in 2 years versus it taking another 4, now Johnny Depp's almost 60, stuff like that. Again, you have to think about that. And the biggest thing is I really hope they are thinking about it, because it's very possible they're not. It's very possible they're just sitting away in the writing room, which, by the way, again, doesn't have to mean that the new Pirates movie sucks. The Pirates movie could actually still be really good with a female-led character, as long as, they have to do it the right way. There's so many things that can go wrong, but if they do it the right way, everything, they could be sitting there in that writing room, just writing away, figuring it all out, just completely ignoring it, because they know no matter what, even if he is found, innocent of everything, and they definitely shouldn't have fired him, still they would like to move on, so they're just not even going to think about it. If that's what they're going to do, Pirates can still be around, it can still exist, it can still be good, and there won't even be a delay to it. However, if things start to get even messier than they are right now, I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, again, it's a wait and see kind of thing. There's nothing out. There's literally nothing. There's no leaks. There's no rumors of what's going on there. So, it's just speculation by me. But at the same time, until it's proven that, until they do something to suggest hey, the script's done and they're going to start casting and stuff like that. When that happens, then I think we all have to look at ourselves and say, all right, this is real. They are moving away. But until then, until they give us that kind of thing, this is still very much a topic that we can all discuss, at least for fun, for just, engagement. This is still something that could happen. Granted, it's a huge reach, but I think it is possible. Very unlikely, but is possible. So guys, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? What do you think this whole Johnny Depp situation is going to do to Pirates 6? Do you think it delays the movie? Do you think they end up, getting it resolved and bringing him back? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you guys are subscribed to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon. And again, if you guys like this kind of content, make sure you guys are leaving a like, leaving a comment, sharing this video. I would greatly appreciate it. And we'll have more Pirates of the Caribbean videos every couple weeks as well. And if there's something big Pirates related, some Pirates news or something like that, we will, of course, cover it up to the minute. Okay? Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.